Yo, and welcome back to the channel. So, Antananarivo, the capital of Madagascar, voted the dirtiest city in Africa a couple of years ago. Have they cleaned their act up? Well, let's find out, isn't it? This is the second episode in the series. I'm going to do videos of how all the cities and major places in Madagascar for a tourist to go and visit, so they can plan their trip a little easier. Now, obviously, I can't give you the exact trip of what's perfect for you. It depends on your age, your ideas of what a holiday is. Is it a diving holiday? If so, you need to be on the beach. Is it a city break holiday? If so, you don't need to be on the beach. You get me idea. So let's get started. Let's start off with some of the bad things. Let's start off with changing money. A nice plan with money is to bring an ATM card. Bring a couple of ATM cards with you and just use the ATMs to withdraw money when you need it. You can withdraw up to €200 with most bank cards. I don't say all because it's not all, but most of them work in the ATMs. And there's ATMs in every major city and big town. You'll find ATMs, and so you're going to come across them as a tourist for certain, because you're not going to be out in the middle of nowhere. You can bring US dollars, you can bring euros. Euros is a better currency probably to bring. However, if you bring euros, do expect to pay about 5% to exchange your euros. Can you change them on the street? You can do. Can you get away with getting a good rate, a better rate than the banks maybe? Possibly on the street. However, is it dangerous? It certainly is. There's a lot of how do you call it? Trickery. A lot of trickery. There's a lot of cunning people who work as money changers, and they can trick you out of it by counting it in front of you, and then you give them your money in exchange for their money. They count your money, and then they quickly count their money again, and they put it under the table, and some missing, and they put it back on the table and say thank you very much for the transaction, and you don't know what's happened. You don't know what's happened, and it's hard work. So stay away from the money changers. Also, the best thing to do is to change it in the banks. Realistically, if you got money, change it in the banks or the Western Unions, but pay 5%. So you're probably better off with Chase. Chase do no fees, 0 fees on my Chase card for a British citizen. Starling also have a card, and also Revolt. You can pay about €15 a month, something like that, and you can withdraw a certain amount. I think it's like €1,500 a month with no fees. So that's good. Some ATMs will try and charge you €2, and other ATMs don't. So you'll have to find out the ones that do and the ones that don't. Because I'm not too sure myself. I think it's BMEI Bank. I think that's the one that charges no fees. So there you go. What's a pack in your suitcase? Bring an umbrella if you're going to Tanna, because it can rain. Or a rain mac, a very thin rain mac. Also bring a jumper and jeans, long pants, trainers, shoes for going out maybe, because it can be cold. It can be cold and it can be wet in Tanna all year long. It can be depending on the day that you're there. Some nightclubs and that won't even let you in shorts and t-shirts in Tanna. Other places in Madagascar you can go into discotheques and bars, nightclubs in shorts and t-shirt, restaurants. But Tanna does have some sort of a dress code on some of the nightclubs. So there you go, you need to be careful there. No whites allowed in Tanna, no whites allowed. Signs up, there should be signs up everywhere saying whites are banned, because they're a nightmare. They're an absolute nightmare to clean. So don't bring any white clothes, whatever you do. Nightmare. Bring grey or blue, red, anything but white. Don't do it. It's a bad plan. Bad plan. The pandemic brought a lot of desperate people to Tanna. A lot of people from the south, from Fort de Fan Forest and that, and poorer areas of Madagascar flocked in their thousands to Tanner to try and make some money, to try and get somewhere in life, and found like moving to the big city, when you go to New York or you go to London, sometimes it's not easy. It's not easy, and you end up on the streets or you end up begging, and there's a lot of beggars. There's a lot of pickpockets in certain areas, especially crowded areas like the market area. Don't be wearing a backpack on your back, a bum bag, a shoulder bag. Don't do it. Leave everything in the hotel, in the safe, and bring out what you need. Bring out your cash, bring out your money, and maybe your phone if you want to take your phone, or a small camera or something like that. You don't want to go videoing things with your camera. Every time I do videos in Tanner, I've never had my phone snatched. I've had it took out of a backpack on a bus, but I've never had it snatched. But every time I go around, people say to me, be careful, there's phone thieves, be careful, be careful. And I take the risk because I do it for you guys to make the videos. Street robberies at night, yeah, there is. I got some guy pulled a samurai sword on me out of his back. It was about 2 foot long, 2.5 foot long or something. Stuck it right in my face and said, give me your bag. I said no. So another story for another day. But didn't end well for him, to be honest with you. It didn't end well for him. But it can end badly for you. I don't know anybody who's ever been really badly attacked in Tanner. It's a fairly safe place, but at the night time, not perfect for travelling around on your own. Best to take a taxi. There's plenty of transportation there. In the daytime, you've got buses, which are dodgy. Be careful of your backpack, be careful of your pockets. You can walk, be careful again, but you're fairly safe in the daytime walking around. There's plenty of police and that in the main areas. Moto taxis, stay away from them. They're not insured, they're dangerous. Stay away from motorbike taxis. They're illegal as well, I think. I don't even think they're allowed to do it. At the night time, take a taxi. Try and find a taxi that's just got the driver in it, without a passenger, because that can be dodgy as well. There are people where there's 2 of them and they'll drive down a dark street and then they'll rob you, the pair of them. So be careful of that. Now, I know I'm going into a lot of bad things, and oh my God, what sort of a city is this? You know, do I need to take a submachine gun with me? Do I need police protection everywhere I walk? It's not like that. I've been there many times, and I put myself at risk many times and only come undone once. Yeah, so it's not that dangerous. I'm just giving you all the dangerous possibilities that can happen, so you're aware. Police at night, they're going to ask you for your passport, so you're going to have to carry your passport on you. You're best off sticking it down the front of your pants, to be honest with you. That's where I put mine. So just in case somebody does try and rob me, they're not getting my passport. Unless they want to go down my pants, which, I don't know, many ladies do, but normally the robbers are men, you know. Don't fancy that. And the police, if you ain't got your passport, they're gonna take money. It's a nice little earner for them. They're going to be like, oh, and you'll be like, oh, I've got it in my hotel. My hotel's just over there. Don't worry about your hotel. You come back to the police station with us and you can stay there, or you can give us some money now, and they'll try and rinse you. So be careful. There's a lot of rubbish, a lot of air pollution. The traffic can drive you crazy. Not only the fact that being stuck in the traffic jam's bad, right? But on the top of that, you've got to wind your windows up a little bit, because in case somebody grabs your phone or grabs your bag or something like that. So there's no air conditioning, so you're sat in there sweating, stinking, with pollution all over the place, like a Norwegian sauna. It's hard work. So there you go. Got to be careful a little bit there. That's the bad stuff. Let's get on to the good stuff. Is there any good stuff? There must be some good stuff. Well, one more thing before we get on to the good stuff. 9 minutes of bad stuff. Oh my God. One more thing. Right, listen. Don't be bringing your bling bling. You don't need gold necklaces, Rolexes dangling off your wrist. It's not a good plan. Don't do it. Leave it at home in your own country. Better plan. And then there's no problems and no temptation, because most people are great, but if they know that you're walking around with 14 years worth of their salary on your wrist, it's tempting for anybody, you know. Be careful. Wow, so that's it. It's not the perfect promotional video for the Madagascar tourist industry. However, there is a lot of good stuff, and here we go. Let's get onto it. So, Tana, it's a fantastic city. There's so much to see there. Depends on how long you're staying, obviously. If you're in Madagascar for a week, then you're going to best off staying in Tana for the full week. If you're coming to Madagascar, landing in Antananarivo for 2 weeks stay or longer, then maybe take 2 days in Tana and then go to Manjunga and then come back from Manjunga after a week and spend another few days in Tana. That's what I'd do, and check out Manjunga, stay on the beach, enjoy yourself, have a nice time there. Things to do, there's plenty of parks. There's some lovely parks that are worth visiting, good for taking photographs, good for relaxing, good for having a look at the fauna of Madagascar, the animals and stuff. Then you've got the zoo as well, which obviously is a little run down, and you will get charged a lot more than a Malagasy. There's this thing in Madagascar which is, if you're a foreigner, you should pay more than what a Malagasy should pay. So that's what they go with the zoo. That's what they go with the Queen's Palace, which is also worth visiting. But I'd definitely go to the parks, the zoo. I'd go to Queen's Palace. Obviously, I'd take taxis to all these places. Apart from the parks, you can walk to the parks. The bars, there's a bar on the Avenue de Independence called the Glacier Bar. The Avenue de Independence is like the main road in Antananarivo, where the Hotel de France is, all the phone shops, there's a lot of restaurants and bars and things like that in that area. So that's the area you really need to be staying, is in Anakeli is the best area. That's the centre. A lot of nightlife, a lot of bars, a lot of nice hotels, like the Belvedere for €40 a night, the Carlton, a bit businessy. You know, if you're on a business trip, you stay there realistically, or you're best off staying in the Belvedere really for €40, whereas the Carlton is over €100, €120, maybe more, depending on the time of the year. They do have a nice casino in the Carlton though, which I'd visit. It's the best one. The odds are not as good. They're not as good as the online casinos in the Carlton Casino in Tana. But it's a good night out. Take a little bit of money. Don't go wild, because, like I say, the odds aren't brilliant. Play a bit of blackjack, bit of baccarat. Good fun. Nice atmosphere. It's all right. La Louva is another hotel. Very, very nice. You got the Radisson Blue, which is €170. If you like that stuff, go for it. You know, Sunny Garden. It's about 2 kilometres outside of the centre, which isn't too far. There's buses and taxis that can get you to the centre, and it's got a little swimming pool. Very small little hotel. It's all right. €70 a night. You got the Artist, which is on the Avenue de Independence. La Artiste. It's €30 a night, owned by a French guy. Very good food, nice accommodation, cheap and cheerful. You want something for half that price in Chinatown, the Saint Pierre Hotel, €15, safe, and it's okay. It's all right. I'm happy with it. That's where I stay, the Saint Pierre. That's the Passive Nomad Hotel, Saint Pierre. Then you got the Central Hotel. I'm not too sure at the price. I'm going to guess it at around €50. Central Hotel, which is exactly where I got robbed with a samurai sword at 11:30 at night. That's where it happened. But it is cameraed around there. Unfortunately, they didn't catch my robbery on camera, or me romper stomping the guy against the curb. They didn't get that either. Restaurants. Oh, Le Carnivore. You've got to go to Le Carnivore. Get to the Le Carnivore. If you're a meat eater, get to Le Carnivore. You see some famous faces there, local famous Malagasy singers and that, and artists and stuff that gather there. Got a little bar, but it's for the restaurant. It's very, very nice. Also, the Artist Hotel that I mentioned on the Avenue de Independence, that is also a very nice restaurant. They do Camembert, Zebu Camembert, very, very nice, with French fries. Fantastic. So I think it costs around about €6, something like that, €5 for the meal. Very nice. Check out on Google search though. Have a little look on Google search for more information on bars and restaurants. Like mentioned, the Glacier. You got the Irish pub, the Mason by Marco is very, very nice, and food there for the ladies. There's lots of ladies at Mason by Marco. Very nice, high quality ladies you should find there. What more could a guy want? Sorry, this kid is here. I've got my little boy here. Give me a second. Right, what else have we got? Oh, sorry, girls. You don't need to be jealous. There's lots of men out there, right? There's lots of guys out there for you, which you've got lots of guys that got their eyes on you for certain. Believe me, you'll be swatting them away like flies all over Madagascar. It's not just in Tanna, all over Madagascar. Check out the old seven bar as well. That's all right. There's a lot of choice of bars, really. To be honest with you, a lot of choice of bars and nightclubs and discotheques. Sweet plan for a Tanna trip, realistically, is to become a night owl. Get your day started at 5 p.m. and stay awake and go to the bars, restaurants, discotheques until the early hours. Very nice, lots of fun. Don't take your valuables, like I say, to the bars and nightclubs. Just take your passport and your money. That's all you need. I wouldn't even take my phone out, just leave it at home. If you want to get girls' phone numbers or something like that, or take down bus numbers, like go past or something, then take a pen and paper. Happy days, isn't it? Or if you've got a zipped up pocket or you feel comfortable enough, take your phone. But like I say, passport, put it down the front of your pants, especially in a nightclub. I'm not looking to scare you, but losing your passport or your bag, it can put a real downer on your night, can't it? So there you go. You got the Jambi discotheque, the Taxi B discotheque, the Glacier discotheque bar. Very, very nice. Uphill by the President's House, you'll find even more nightclubs. That's where most of the nightclubs are. If you head up towards the hill to the President's House and then up the hill a little bit further, they're there. A nice plan, if you want a tour guide, nice plan is to go to the Glacier bar at like 5 o'clock at night. Find a girl there that's kind of nice and friendly and caring and speaks your language, and say to her, "Oh, I tell you what, I'm not looking for a girlfriend, but I wouldn't mind you showing me around. Show me the bars. Take me to the Taxi B. Take me to the Jambi. Let's go to the other discotheque. Where's the best restaurant? Do you know where the Carnivore restaurant is? Can you take me there?" And take her out for a night out. And you'll get to find out on your first night where all the best places are. So there you go. That's my tip of the day. Talking about working girls, be careful. They're not... They do have sexual diseases, some of them. There is HIV and AIDS. Right? So double up on condoms. Oh, that's funny. Listen, right, if you do double up on condoms when you go out on a night out and that, right, and you meet a girl, leave a comment. And also, if you do that, if you're doubling up on condoms, go and get some counselling. Do it for us, for the passive nomad guys. Do it for us. Get a bit of counselling, because you're going overboard. You're going too far. But anyway, if you get one of those girls from the Glacier to show you a good night out and show you all around and all the rest, you're looking at give it an €8 a night is plenty. That's what you should be giving her, €8. To chaperone you all over Tanna, plus her food and her drink. Not bad, really. Not bad. It's pretty cheap to get a tour guide that's friendly, and it could end with a happy ending. You never know. But remember, listen, she's your chaperone. She's not your wife. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Not if you value your phone and your money and your everything else that's there, right? Be careful. So you're not interested in nightlife? Oh, I'm 68-year-old, for crying out loud, Cairo. I want to drop a whiskey and go to bed for 7 p.m. Then don't worry, mate. Tanna's got you covered as well. Like I say, the zoo, great for a 3-hour trip. walk around the zoo. Lovely place to visit, great for the photographs and all the rest. For like I say, 2 or 3 hours. And the park, there's a few nice parks. At the top end of the Avenue of the Independence, there's a park as well, which is nice to see. At the other end, you'll bump into the old train station. Also worth a look, but it's pretty boring in there. There's not a lot to see realistically, to be honest with you, in the train station. Check out the bustling market, but like I say, don't take your valuables there. Go naked, laugh out loud, you know. Right, maybe not. Don't go naked. That's not a good plan. The waterfront, it's a lovely development of nice posh restaurants, nice hotels, bars. I think that's where Air France, I think that's where their office is as well, like on the waterfront development. It's lovely, nice for a few photographs, nice for a nice coffee, scone, relax, buy yourself a brand new beautiful shirt, bit of lunch, high class area, it's nice. So there you go to waterfront. Or grab a taxi to the Queen's Palace and pay a guide to walk you around. I'm not too sure how much it costs to get a guide, but it's probably worth paying it. You can obviously negotiate with them. If they say €20, you say, whoa, this is Madagascar, I don't deal with euros, knowing that that's 100,000 he's asked you for. You say, listen, I'll give you 40,000. You agree on 50. It's all right, it's €10, you know, bang, you're done. That's about it. That's about it, really, for Tanner. Like I say, the entrance fee for the zoo and the Queen's Palace is going to be like 20 times the price of the local. But the local price is something like 10 cents. So you're paying a couple of dollars to get in there, a couple of euros. So it's still not too bad. And you're supporting the zoo, you're supporting the Queen's Palace being kept in good order. So look at it that way. I used to look at it like, you racist bastards, how dare you? What are they thinking? But no. It's not like that, not really. What else? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, Lake of Nosy. It's a big lake on the way to the casino, the Carlton Hotel Casino and hotel. You'll see Lake of Nosy. Nice. There's a lemur park as well, which is worth having a look as well. And Madagascar Exotic, I think it's called. It's like a museum, photographs, old photographs of Madagascar and all the rest. That'd be worth a look. I've never been there. I'm terrible. I should go there. I might go there and do a video in it. There you go. That's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Hope you get some good content out of it. Sorry it was a little bit all over the place because I'm reading off a script for this video. Normally I just wing the videos, but this time I was reading off a script and I'm dyslexic, so trying to read my own dyslexic writing is hard work for anybody, including me. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, which will be Tuliar region. Know a lot about Tuliar. Lived there for years.